So it's about time Call of Duty has a beta. This is good for people like me who are not planning to buy the game, but they just kind of want to get their little fix, play it for a little bit, go through those motions of being a little hyped, enjoying what they're seeing, and then it just goes back to that tradition of just it's Call of Duty and you get tired of it. And after a while you don't want to play it anymore. And that's the good thing about the beta is you can kind of get that experience without spending anything. So if you're like me, you pre-ordered the game and you're planning on canceling it. You just pre-ordered it to get the beta, get some footage, like I said, get that fix, and just kind of experience the latest Call of Duty. And so you have something to say about it. And I do have a few things to mention. I will say that after a couple of games, I've only played two at this point, so this is definitely first impressions right here. It was okay. It was fun. You know, there's some certain aspects of it that I really like the bow and arrow. I thought is really cool. Shooting people underwater is pretty nice. I like that. It kind of gives more challenge in a way because you have to worry about these water spots now, people coming from underneath and coming up from behind you. You have to think about that water now. There's a certain map, I forgot what it's called. You guys probably know what I'm talking about, but you walk by this kind of this water area and it's like a trail and you don't think about the water because you're so used to Call of Duty and just it being walkways and stuff like that, and you don't think about kind of what's behind you. And that happened to me a few times. I was just kind of going through this pathway and I passed some water and some guy came out from underneath the water and just, took me out. So it kind of gives a little bit more challenge in that way. The bow also is kind of challenging to use, but when you actually get a kill with it, it's pretty damn satisfying. So those two things definitely kind of stood out to me. I thought those two things were really cool. As far as anything else, like I said on my Twitter, it's just really Call of Duty. I mean, there's a lot of the same kinds of things. There's a couple weapons that are, without any recoil. You can just kind of camp if you wanted to and just take people out. I did think, let me touch on this. The graphics in this game, I thought the graphics looked pretty damn good. I have to admit, I didn't feel that way when I first saw the reveal, when I first saw the trailers and everything. I did do a video about that, and I remember saying that it looked messy, like traditional Treyarch graphics, how it kind of used to look. And that has nothing to do with the gameplay, so that's not of the highest of importance, but I just thought it looked messy. But now that I've seen it on a nice TV and I've got to play it, I was looking around the environments thinking, damn, these graphics are actually pretty damn nice. So the graphics, I want to make mention of them that Treyarch did a really good job. I thought it looks pretty good, and especially for beta. I'm sure the game is pretty much done. It feels done. They could ship this game out, and I mean, they have so many modes just for beta. It's like, just ship the game out already. It seems done. But if they do happen to touch up a few things and tweak a few things, then that's fine. But I think as far as the graphics go, this game is pretty much done. It looks good. As far as anything else, I know a lot of people are going to compare this game to Titanfall and say it's Titanfall 2 or it's what Titanfall should have been, and I've already seen comments like that, and I can see where they're coming from. The difference I see from both, though, especially since I just played Titanfall a couple days ago, Titanfall, your character feels extremely light. It's like you're flying through the air, you're just walking on water pretty much. But with Black Ops 3, your character feels really heavy. Even when you're running, you can just hear him chugging along, like with these big boots and everything. I almost felt like it was like a Gears of War cog or something that is running really fast. It just sounds like that. It just sounds really heavy. And so when you jump on the walls and you wall run, you kind of do the same thing, and it just feels, I'm actually stomping on the floor right now, just in case you guys were wondering. I'm like imitating it as I'm talking right now. It just feels more heavy, more controlled in a way, so you can kind of just have more control over it, and you can kind of go where you want to go with actually trying to go there. With Titanfall, there's a lot of times where I'm falling or I'm running and I'm not exactly trying to do that, but it happens anyways, and I'm trying to like get through a window, but I can't because my character is just so light that I just fall beneath it or something. with Call of Duty Black Ops 3, I feel like there's more control with that. So I feel like people are probably going to say it's better because of that, and they might not know that's the reason, but I think that has something to do with it. Is the control, I feel, is more manageable, and I feel like it's easier to attain because, like I said, with Titanfall, you're so light on your feet that you just kind of miss your targets. If you're trying to get through a window, sometimes it doesn't happen because it's so fast, it's so light, and it feels like you don't have as much control. And that's just me, though. That's just my experience. I'm sure everybody's different, but that's just something that just kind of comes to my mind as, the differences between the two. And of course, Titanfall, you have Titans and things like that, and the maps are much more different. I feel like Black Ops 3, the maps do complement your movement and your abilities, and Titanfall at times I feel like is very, very open because of the Titans, and that kind of hurts the pilot maneuver because you're having to go through these open fields and things like that. And Black Ops 3 is just not like that. It's more traditional Call of Duty where it's more close quartered and it's more based upon your movement. And I kind of feel like so far from the maps I've seen, Treyarch did a pretty good job with making the maps complement your abilities. So I'm actually praising Treyarch here, but at the same time, I know I'm not buying this game, but I wanted to be honest and say that there are some things that did impress me as far as this game goes. I'm going to play a few more matches, so this could change, but based off the couple of matches that I did play, this is my overall thoughts. This game is trash, you guys. No, I'm just playing, but I mean, it's how Call of Duty is these days. You play for a few matches, you're like, okay, this is cool. There's some new things. Look at the graphics. All right, I see you, Treyarch. But then after like 5, 6, 7, 8 games, then you start to come back to reality. And you see all the nonsense, all the BS, the lag. You know what? The thing about the beta was the first night when it was early, it was pretty smooth. We were getting into matches, and then the next day, I get on my name, and I'm talking like being booted out of almost every match. And then at night, it kind of got better, not so much lag and stuff like that. But then it was the nonsense. It was the spawning in front of somebody and then immediately dying kinds of things that were happening. And I mean, it's back to reality. So that's why I like the idea of this beta. I like that I was able to see it now. Not that I was gonna buy it, but it was just sort of to just get a little bit of Call of Duty out of the way and continue on. I'm waiting for that Gears of War. I don't know about you guys, but Tuesday, or technically I think Monday at 9 p.m. Pacific, that thing goes live. So I'm pumped. I'm ready for that. And this was just to kill some time. So thanks for watching, you guys. I'll talk to you later. Peace.